Here's Sue, and I'm speaking from Stockbridge Village shops on a Saturday afternoon. Let's take a little walk around and see what we've got going on here. I was looking for some people to actually interview, but looking around, there's not that many. But come with me and we'll have a little look. So I'm just here with another resident of Stockbridge Village. She's come over to the shops to get her son a Subway. How long have you lived here on the estate?
All my life, 42 years.
Wow, it's a long time.
It is.
Hiya, we're with the residents of Stockbridge Village, and I'm just going to ask Maureen now a couple of questions really about Stockbridge Village. So how long have you actually lived here, Maureen?
Oh my God, 40 odd years, one of the first up here.
How long have you lived here for?
I've lived up here for, what, 50? 50 years, isn't it?
50 years.
50 years.
50 years. So
We all went to the same school.
So between us, we're like 250 years, aren't we? And I just wanted to ask a couple of questions really about what do you remember it being like? What's your memories and what you think's changed?
Well, when we first moved up here, we didn't have no shops or anything, did we? We had all the mobiles. But then we did get shops, but we haven't got anything now. We've got nothing.
There was loads of shops. Do you remember the old Stockbridge Village?
Very well.
What did you used to like about the old Stockbridge Village?
The community spirit and the fact that everyone knew everyone, and it was just brilliant. It really was.
Good spirit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
When you walk down the shops or come the shops, everyone knew
Yeah,
everyone.
you'd be here for hours and you'd never get home.
Yeah, wow, 40 years, that's a long time. You must have seen some changes, Maureen.
Definitely, yeah.
What's the biggest change that you've seen?
No shops. We had shops, we had a youth centre, we had public houses, now we've got none. A few shops, one's too expensive to shop in for a kick-off. Okay. And the others aren't what we need, really.
So you've lived up here for a long time.
50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. And what do you think of the housing situation?
Well, at the moment, still had my son living with me, who's 36, because he can't get a place up here no more. Well, when my other sons were younger and my daughter, they'd all be able to get somewhere around here. He hasn't been able to get anything, even though he has his kids half of the week. Yeah. They'll only offer him a high rise, and there's no way he can go in the high rise. But
so why do you think that is? Why do you think he can't get a place?
Because of all this now, the way you have to go about it and get all these points and everything, it's all on property pool. It used to be better when you could just go into the house and talk about your circumstances and get a place.
And if we could ask you one thing that you would change in Stockbridge Village right now, if you could say, right, what we need is, what would it be?
Shops.
Shops. Yeah. And what kind of shops?
Convenience shop. Every shop. We used to have all of them when we moved up here. Okay. So where have they all gone?
Yeah. What kind of shops did you have?
Everything. We had a clothes shop. We had the chandlers. We had everything.
Everything. Yeah. Laundress. Dry cleaners.
We didn't have. Oh yeah, we had the dry cleaners. Yeah, we did. We had a bank. That's it.
So yeah, that's just some of the things. So hopefully we're going to interview a couple of people and get their thoughts on Stockbridge Village. But thank you very much, Maureen, for your time.
Right, my love. But you definitely need the shops to save all these pensioners travelling on buses.
Ah, right. Okay.
And they have accidents when they're out.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, thank you very much, Maureen.
You're welcome.
Thank
Sue.
you.
Thank
Bye.
You, love.
One at a time. If you could change anything at the moment, if you could speak to someone and say, right, I want one thing to change, what would it be?
I wouldn't. I'd like to have some more shops.
More shops.
Yeah.
More shops, definitely.
More shops.
More shops.
The little. Or the oldie.
Not expensive places like we've got
now. Same stuff as what they do over there, but it's cheaper.
I think it's because they've got the monopoly and that's where everyone's got to go there, isn't it? But thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for answering them questions, and I'll leave you to have your lunch. Thanks a lot.
No.
So if you could change one thing, if you could speak to Stockbridge Village to 4 Housing now and say, this is what I want to change, what would it be and why?
We need a lot more shops because, look, we haven't got anything really, have we? Look at Page Moss, they've got everything, haven't they? Paris is just daylight robbery. So I do no buses on the estate. That doesn't affect me because I drive, but I feel sorry for all the pensioners and the kids trying to get to schools. There's hardly no schools on the estate. It's just not right, is it? Place is a mess.
So you've seen the decline of the estate?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's hope that our voices are heard and things can be changed. And thanks very much for your interview.
Thank you. Thanks.
So thank you to everyone that stopped today and gave us their comments about Stockbridge Village. If you do see me out and about with my little spatula, okay, please say hello and tell us what's good and what's not so good about Stockbridge Village. Thanks guys, bye.